Hey everyone, it's Matt Fraser, the Psychic Medium, and I'm live right now on YouTube, so come on and enjoy me. And first of all, I apologize. I tried making this live video yesterday, and there was some weird things that started happening when I started talking about spirits and all the things that are mystical. All of a sudden my Wi-Fi cut out. I couldn't get back on. You lost half the stream. So here I am doing it all over again for you guys, because I know so many of you were saying to me, Matt, you cut out, I didn't get to see the video. So here it is. We're going to be talking about ghosts and spirits and the difference between them. What makes a ghost and what makes a spirit a spirit. So I'm here today to talk to you about that. And yes, there's a different change in scenery here. I am in Las Vegas right now. If you guys haven't heard, I am doing live readings here at the Venetian 2 nights only, July 15th and July 16th. So if you can come and see me at the Venetian in Las Vegas, tickets are available on my website, meetmattfraser.com, July 15th and 16th. Come and join me for a live evening of spiritual readings here at the Venetian. And then I'm heading to Los Angeles. Don't know if you guys have heard, I just announced a big California tour. So I'm coming to Los Angeles, California, Valley Center, California, Wheatlands, California, Los Angeles, California. Tickets are on my website, meetmattfraser.com. There's also online group readings there as well. And one last announcement before we get started. I also want to let you know that my new book, We Never Die, Secrets of the Afterlife, talking all about what happens when we leave this world, is shipping out August 23rd. So that being said, if you haven't pre-ordered yet, you got to do so right now, because literally we are running out of copies. And the only way that you're going to get your copy on August 23rd is if you pre-order right now anywhere that you buy books. All right, so let's talk about this. Ghosts and spirits. What are the difference? Are they the same thing? And what happens if we run into a ghost or a spirit? What if they mean harm to us? How do we know if they're a good spirit, if they're a bad spirit? Well, I want to talk to you guys about that right now. And first of all, what I want you guys to know is that there's no difference between ghosts and spirits. The only difference is this. The difference is how you perceive them. What do I mean by that? I mean that spirits are souls that you recognize. Spirits are the souls of your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, someone that you lost here in this world that you love, that you care about, and that you feel is watching over you, guiding you. You feel their spirit with you every day. But ghosts are a little bit different, because ghosts are the souls that we don't recognize within our life. Souls are the spirits of people that have passed on, that we had no relationship with or no connection with here in this world. And that's what scares the hell out of people. People tell me all the time, Matt, I would be okay if it was my dad watching over me. Matt, I would be okay if it was my grandfather watching over me. But who the hell is this person? Why do I feel this soul in this house with me? What are they doing in the house? Why are they in the house with me? Do they want to cause me harm? Matt, am I being haunted? Answer this question. Well, what I want you to know is this, is that there's nothing you need to be afraid of when it comes to ghosts. Like I said, they're just spirits that you don't recognize. And I want to explain to you why it is that you might be sensing or feeling a ghost that's with you. Because here's the reality of the situation. I can tell you as a medium that we all have spirits that walk with us every day. Our mom, our dad, our sister, our brother, whoever it is that you've lost that works close to you, a best friend from high school, a fiance that you broke it off with, a child that never made it here in this world. All those souls are with you and watching over you every day. But remember, just like you have your loved ones with you and watching over you, your friends and the people that you work with and that are close to also have their loved ones with them every day. So what's really cool is what you guys don't see, which I see as a medium, is that when I'm walking around, we're not alone. Even though when we're in a supermarket or we're in a crowded place, we might just see the living. What you don't see is that the dead are walking right beside us, because they're all here watching over those that they love. So the next time that you're nervous about the term ghost, I just want you to remember one thing. Ghosts were people just like me and you that went to the other side and are trying to reach out and watch over their loved ones here in this world. And the next time that you're afraid of a ghost, just remember, would you be afraid of that person if you knew that person? Well, what I want you to know is this. What I want you to know is that as a medium, I've learned this. I've learned that when our loved ones go to the other side, there's one thing that they all do. The moment that they get to the other side, they want to be able to watch over those they love here in this world. But also, when loved ones pass on, one of the things that they really enjoy doing is they like to come back and visit the places that were special to them here in this world. the house that they used to live in when they were alive and well here in the physical world. They'll sometimes come back and visit their place of work that they loved and that they spent so many years at here in this world. They'll come back and visit that vacation home that they loved here in this world. Or they might visit their city, town, or the place in which they grew up in. Those are just a few examples. But think about it this way, and I know I freak everybody out. I freak everybody out when I say this. But if you were to pass on, if you were to go to the other side, if there was a place that you could go and visit that you haven't been in a very long time, would you go there? Would you go back and visit it? How many times do we do that? How many times do we, when we're on a road trip or when we're on a car trip, go back to the place where our parents used to bring us when we were little kids? Go back to drive by the school that, we once attended back when we were younger. Go back and drive by the house that was once ours way, way back in the day to see how the house has changed, to see what the person has been doing with it, to see if it's even still there anymore. Well, guess what? Your loved ones in spirit do the same. And Karen's so funny. She goes, whoa, this is live. Yes, Karen, it's live right now. You guys are live right here with me. Your loved ones in spirit do the same. And what I want you to know is that they don't get mad when they go to visit a place and a place has changed. For example, there was a reading that I did not too long ago when literally it was actually at an online reading. I think the clip is somewhere on my YouTube page where I was reading this couple, this man and this wife, and they were sitting on the couch. And all of a sudden, I saw this woman appear next to them with an oxygen tank. And she was telling me that, she had emphysema and all these things. And I'm explaining who this woman was. And right away, they looked at each other like they saw a ghost. And they were like, oh. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm sorry. Did I say something I wasn't supposed to? And they were like, no, Matt, we're just freaked out. And I'm like, well, why are you freaked out? And they're like, that's the woman who lived in this house before us. They're like, why is she here? Why is she with us? Is she mad at us? Is she trying to kick us out? And I was like, no, just the opposite. And it's funny because the woman was telling me during this reading that she absolutely loves that house, that was a place that she absolutely adored here in this world. She was actually telling me during the reading that, before she had died, she did everything that she could to stay in that house because she loved it so much. And when she had passed away, she asked her family to keep it in the family. She said, listen, this is the one possession that I have. She didn't have much money, but she told her family, I want you to have this house, move in, make it your own, enjoy it, raise your kids here, do all these things, and unfortunately her family, how family things go. I don't even need to get into it, but long story short, there was this family argument that had happened and they just came to the conclusion that they couldn't keep the house. So they put the house up for sale, and literally this, husband and wife that were renting just a few doors down saw the house come up for sale and they moved in. And they never knew this woman before, they just knew, of her. And what's so crazy is the moment they moved into this house, they could feel her in the house. So when I went to do this reading and I said that she was there, they were like, well, wait a minute, do we have to get her out? Do we need to sage? What do we need to do? But the truth of the matter is that one, that spirit wasn't haunting them. That spirit wasn't there 24/7. That spirit was just there checking up on the house because, from what that spirit told me, what that woman told me is that she was so happy to see that this couple moved into her house and was taking care of it. They were remodeling it. They were painting it. They just bought new furniture. They were bringing in new appliances. And she was so happy to see somebody get so much enjoyment out of the place that she had loved here in this world, that she actually would come back in spirit and watch over the house and watch over them. And they were so relieved because they were like, oh my God, Matt, thank you so much for telling me this. We thought that it may have been an evil spirit. We thought that it might have been, that she was upset with us. And thank you, Diana, for the super chat, Diana Diaz. And thank you, Julie Berry, as well. Well, what I want you to know is this. What I want you to know is that this is common. And for spirits to come back and visit these places does not mean that they're haunting it. It doesn't mean that they're unhappy. It's just the opposite. A lot of times that they'll come back and they'll check up on the places that they love. I'll give you another example. There was this woman that came to me who had lost her mom. And her mom was born in Mexico. Her parents had immigrated here to the United States where they became citizens. And literally, she was only like 12 years old when they immigrated here. And literally, they settled down and they had their families here and so on and so forth. And all she wanted throughout her life was to visit and go back to Mexico, to go back to her hometown, to go back to the house that she was raised in, so on and so forth. Well, don't you know that, this woman lived a very long life. And then next thing you know, she never got the opportunity to go back to Mexico. She never got to go back to see her hometown, the place where she was raised, all of these things. Well, don't you know that in spirit, she met up with the people that was from that village of hers from back in the day. And more importantly, when she got to heaven, she actually told me, her daughter, that she was able to go and visit her birthplace in Mexico. She was able to see the house and the village in which she, had lived in, and so on and so forth. And her daughter was so amazed by that because her mom didn't get to do that before she had died. Well, what I want you to know is that that's the reason why sometimes you might be in a place and you might feel a spirit around you. You might feel like you're not alone. You might feel like someone's watching you. And what I want you to know is that this isn't a haunting. A lot of times people mistake it. You would not believe the calls that I get. You would not believe the messages that I get where people say to me, is it a haunting? No, it's not. And thank you, Natalie T, for the super chat. She's saying, Matt, how do I get a reading with you? So the only way is to do an online reading or to come in person. All the dates are up on my website. And I want you guys to know this. I want you to know that, what's so amazing is that the spirit world also knows who they can talk to and who they can reach out to. And I want to share with you this example from my life. So back when I was a little kid, literally when I would be alone or when I would go to bed, literally I would hear all the voices of the departed. Souls would come and talk with me, and it was scary. Why was it scary? Because I thought they were ghosts, because I didn't know who these people were. They were people who passed in the nearby area, people that were transitioning to the other side, people that were trying to reach their loved ones and their family members here in this world. They knew I could talk to them. They knew I would speak to them. So they came to me to try to deliver a message. And the saddest thing is that being so young, I pushed them away because I was scared. I thought they were there to haunt me, when really what they were trying to do was just get a message through to their family, knowing that I could deliver it, and I could see and hear them. Well, if I had one piece of advice that I could go back and tell my younger self, it would be this. I would tell myself not to be afraid, and that these were just souls that I didn't know, that these were just people like my loved ones that were coming through because of the fact that there was someone that they loved and missed here in this world. Because I think that if I was younger and I really understood that these were just people, then I wouldn't think of them as ghosts. I wouldn't have been so afraid. But I want you to know this for one reason, because there are things that happen in which a soul might use you to reach their friend or family member. And this is called a spirit visitation. So I want to talk about this. We all have different levels of intuition. We all have different levels of psychic ability. Some of us have really strong psychic ability. Some of us are mediums. Some of us have strong levels of intuition. Some of us are just open. But what I want you to know is this, is that when our loved ones go to the other side, remember what I told you, they come back to check up on their friends and family members. And when they can, they will deliver a message to them. But the saddest thing is, sometimes people are not open. How many times do I go and I read somebody and I say, your mom's here, your dad's here, your sister's here, your son that you lost is here. And they're like, Matt, why don't I feel them? Why don't I sense them? Why don't I connect with them? It's because of the fact that for some reason that person's not open. Maybe they're going through too much grief. Maybe they don't know how to tap into their intuition. Maybe they don't feel as though they're psychic, or maybe they're blocking their psychic connection away. Well, what I want you to know is this. When souls can't get in touch with you directly, they will go to somebody else who can speak to them, reach them, or deliver a message on their behalf. So I want to ask you guys a question, all right? I want to ask you guys a question right now. I asked this last night on Facebook, and I also asked it when I attempted to do this video on YouTube. And I want to see how everybody reacts today. Have you ever had this happen? All right, leave it in the comments. Have you ever had this happen where someone close to you lost a family member, and that family member appeared in a dream to you, sent you a sign, came to you instead of them? I'm going to give you an example. An example of this is you have a friend that lost her son. She's grieving. She's upset. She's saying, I just wish I had a sign for my son. I wish that my son would come and speak to me. I wish my son would come and talk to me. And then next thing you know, 2 weeks later, you received a dream of her son and she didn't. How many of you have experienced this? Betty Bush is saying yes, that happened to me. Maureen is saying yes, absolutely. Michelle's saying yes. Diana Rad is saying yes. Jenna Nguyen is saying a few times now. Lisa is saying yes. Lena is saying yes. Chrissy is saying yes. Violet's saying me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Everyone's saying yes, 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 yes. It's actually funny because last night, everybody was saying yes. Like 99% of people were saying yes on here. And a few people said no. Why is that? Because, I know that many of you here have your own abilities. I know that many of you have discovered your own intuitive and psychic connection, but some people haven't. So the people that, for example, Ruby's saying, I wish, but not yet. That just means that Ruby's not tapped in yet. So what happens is that when we're not tapped in or we can't hear a message for ourselves, guess what? Like I said before, the spirit world knows who they can reach, who they can connect with, who they can talk to. So they will come to you they will come to you to deliver a message on their behalf to their family member. So that's the reason why that co-worker might have lost a son and she's begging for a message, but yet her son comes to you in a dream, or you sense and feel a sign from her son, and then you go back and tell her. Okay. It's because the spirit world knows that, that spirit in particular might know, okay, my mom's not open to this. I'm trying to get in touch with her. I'm trying to send her signs. She's missing all the signs I'm sending. I can't reach her in her dreams. I've been trying to get in touch with her, but I can't. So I'm going to go to her best friend. And I know that if I go to her best friend will be able to deliver a message to my mom and say that she saw me last night, and it'll bring my mom a little bit of hope. Well, what I want you to know is that that same thing can happen, not just with people that you were close to, but also people in the nearby area. So what do I mean by that? If if a soul passed away, for example, if you're in this hotel room right now, right, and God forbid, let's say it happened yesterday, so it can't happen. And let's say that yesterday somebody had passed away, right? And that soul had passed away, and you're in the hotel room, and that soul passed in the a couple floors up. Because you have a heightened awareness, or because you're in tune with your own psychic connection, that soul might come to you knowing that you can sense and feel them. And right away, people get nervous and they're like, "Oh, I'm feeling a ghost! Oh my God! All of a sudden, the hotel is haunted." No, it's not haunted. It's not haunted. It's just that soul, knows that you can speak to them and connect with them. But I'm telling you this because, like I said, so many times people think that they're haunted and they're not. Don't forget, when we sense and feel a soul, 99.9%, I feel like I'm reading the Lysol bottle right now. It says kills 99.9% of germs. 99.9% of spirits are good. 9% of spirits mean no harm, because there's not many evil spirits here in this world. And as I said in previous videos, evil spirits like to be alone. They like to be by themselves. Thank God for that. So that being said, I'm telling you this for one reason. Because there was a neighbor. I'm just going to give you another example. And I give you a lot of examples. I hope that's okay. Because I want you to know that the way that I've learned about this is from what I've experienced in my life. You'll never hear me talk about something that I haven't experienced firsthand. I would never read something in a book and then tell you guys what I read. And that's the reason why sometimes I don't talk about certain subjects, because I might not know too much about it. And these are things that I don't research. Everything that I tell you guys is through my own life experiences and the many messages that I've heard from the spirit world. So I want to share this with you. I had a neighbor of mine that was like, oh my God, you guys, such a sweet woman. She was the best, the absolute best. And literally, it's saying that I'm breaking out right now. Every time I get to 17 minutes, that's happening. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Hopefully you can hear me right now. Let's see. I know Julie's saying somebody doesn't want you to speak this message. This is what happened yesterday. All right. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Lisa's saying she's hearing now, clear as a bell. So there was this woman that I absolutely loved. Absolutely loved. She was a next door neighbor of mine and, a family friend of ours. And unfortunately, she passed tragically in her house. She had passed away tragically. There was this new family that moved in, and they had 2 little kids, and they literally were in her house and whatnot. And, being that they were our next door neighbors, we became close with them. And knowing what happened in the house and knowing the person that lived there before them, I was like, when I walked into the house, all of a sudden I felt her presence. I felt the previous owner's presence there. And it was crazy because I asked them, I'm like, hey, I just a question for you. Have you ever felt anything in this home? Have you ever felt, the previous owner here? And they said to me, yes. They were like, as a matter of fact, Matt, sometimes, we're here and like little kids' toys, the kids' toys will go off when no one's touching them. Sometimes we feel like we're not alone. Sometimes we feel like somebody just walked behind us. And what's so crazy is right at that moment, I knew why they were feeling that. I knew that, she was there and visiting the house, but it wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't a bad thing on why she was visiting the house. She was there for one reason. She was there because of the fact that she loved children. She loved the fact that a new family moved into her home, and she wanted to keep an eye on the kids. She wanted to see the good things that were going on in her house. So what's so amazing is as the kids got older, they felt, this spirit's presence less and less and less. And oh my God, Alexander is so funny. Will go send someone please send a donation for the mic issue. You guys are crack me up. So anyway, that being said, as the kids got older, they felt her less and less. But in the beginning, as the kids were younger, she was around. Not in a bad way. It was a protection. And by the way, she wasn't there all the time. It's not like she was watching them while they were sleeping or watching them while they're in the bathroom. It was just the opposite. She was there because she wanted to see all of the good things that, that family was doing in that house. So that's one of the things that I want you guys to know. And by the way, if all of a sudden, there's an issue with you guys hearing me, you'll be able to watch this on the replay and hopefully it'll fix. I don't know what's going on. It must be the spirit world right now. But I want you to know this. I want you to know that, like I said, spirits are good. And what I want you to know is next time you feel a spirit, who it is. And more importantly, remember that that's just someone's loved one that knows that they can speak to you, reach you, or connect with you. And what I want you to know is this as well, is that, just as though we visit places here in this world, we travel to different places and we're visiting places we love, the spirits on the other side do as well. So there are no difference between ghosts and spirits. Ghosts are just spirits that we don't recognize. And sometimes what you might not even know is it might be a friend or a family member that passed on that you might not know about. And what I want you to know is this, is one other thing that I want you guys to know, which is so important, is that it's the same thing that happens during my events. How do you think my events are possible? Whether it be online or whether it be in person, I couldn't do because you bring your loved ones to me. As a medium, I don't bring your loved ones to you. You bring them to me. The moment that you walk through that door, your loved ones in spirit follow behind you. Why am I telling you this? Because when I'm doing these readings, either online or in person, you'll notice that I'm running all around the area. You'll notice that, 1 minute I could be up in the back row talking to somebody who had lost their son. Next thing you know, I'm down in front talking to somebody who had lost their mom. Next thing you know, I'm off to the side talking to somebody who had lost their grandmother. Why? Because the souls, when you come to an event, the souls know that they can speak to me. And during that event, I start to hear all their voices and they start to guide me where I need to go, who I need to connect with, and who I need to speak to. So I know a lot of you guys are asking me for readings. I know Denise is asking me for readings. Sherry asked me for a reading. Steven's asking me for a reading. But I want you guys to know is that there's only 2 ways to get a reading, okay? One, come see me live in person. This week I'm at Las Vegas. I'm in the Venetian. I'm giving readings live in Las Vegas at the Venetian, July 15th and 16th, 2 nights only. Then I'm coming to do a full California tour. So the full California tour is Los Angeles, California, where I'll be at the Wiltern Theater. I'm coming to Wheatlands, California, where I'll be at the Hard Rock Sacramento Casino. Then I'm coming to Funner, California, also known as Funner, California, also known as Valley Center, California. I guess they renamed it or something. And I'm going to be there at Harrah's Southern California Resort. And then also on the schedule, I'm coming to Detroit, Michigan. I'm coming to Tampa, Florida. I'm coming to Northfield, Ohio. And I'm coming to Concord, New Hampshire. And if I didn't say one of the dates, if I didn't announce another date, it's because it's probably sold out. But what I want you to know is that if you can't come and see me in person, please come see me online. You guys, I just announced brand new online readings for October. If you're coming to join me in October, you got to get your tickets right now because I just announced 5 dates. There's 5 dates for you to choose from in October. And in October, they were just posted last night and literally we're about to sell out. The thing is that whether you attend in person or whether you attend online, I keep all of these events limited. And the reason why is I want to keep it a group experience. So that being said, I could just let as many people as they want attend, but we limit every single online group reading. So that being said, if you would like to come and attend, you've got to go to my website right now, right this second, meetmattfraser.com. Come see me in Las Vegas. Come see me in California. Come see me in Detroit, Michigan, Tampa, Florida, Concord, New Hampshire, Northfield, Ohio. And if you're not in one of those cities or states, please come join me online. The saddest thing is I know that many of you will not go to my website right now. Many of you won't spend the $19 to attend an online reading. And that is the saddest thing because over 1,000 people have gotten read online, just online alone. And the saddest thing is when people say, I won't do that. I won't spend the 19. Oh, I'm not sure. And then they miss out on hearing from a loved one. And whether you want to hear from a loved one, whether you're there just to increase your own psychic ability, whether you're there to learn for the spirit world, I'm doing this for you. You know, I made it $19 for one reason, so that nobody would have an excuse not to attend. Because the saddest thing is people write to me all the time and say, Matt, I can't afford a message. I can't afford a reading. I told my team, I said, if I'm going to do the online readings, it's got to be no more than ordering a box of pizza to your house. So I don't know if you guys have had Domino's delivered or one of those pizza chains delivered, but it's a hell of a lot more than $19. So if you can afford a box of pizza, you could attend to be at an online group reading. So that being said, the next dates are October. You can get tickets at meetmattfraser.com. Meet Matt Fraser. And, I did that for a reason. You know, I don't like to be like other mediums. For me, it's about getting to as many people as possible. So that being said, you know, the dates are online. I'm giving you this opportunity right now. There's a few spots left. So whether you see me online or in person or both, because I love it when people come to both, you know, what I want you to know is that you never know when your loved one will show up. They might you might have your dad come through at a live event. You might have your mom come through at an online group reading. You might have, you know, somebody come through online, but then not come through in person. It all depends on when your loved ones want to speak. So that being said, I hope that you will trust me in delivering a message from your loved one. Meetmattfraser.com is where you can go to get your tickets. That's meetmattfraser.com. Click on live events. You'll find the online readings there as well. And don't forget, We Never Die, Secrets of the Afterlife. This book is all about what happens when we go to the other side. How old are we? Who are we with? What do we do in heaven? If ready, please, the best way to support me, instead of sending, you know, super chats and all those things, the best way to support me is to pre-order a copy of your book. It's dropping August 23rd. And guys, oh my God, I'm getting the chills right now. If you can see my arm, I'm getting the chills. Literally, I can't believe I'm telling you this. Oh my God. Over 10,000 copies have already been pre-ordered. And I keep getting calls from the publisher. And they're like, Matt, we're going to run out of copies. Tell your people, if they're going to pre-order, they got to pre-order right now. If they don't pre-order, they don't have a book, because literally we're going to run out. So that being said, you got to go right now and order your copy on Amazon. Here's the thing. If you order on Amazon, you do not get charged until it ships. So that being said, you get it for the best price on Amazon. You don't get charged until you ships. I mean, you can get it anywhere. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. You can get it, you know, indie bookstore, I think it's called Indie Bound or Indie Bookstore, something like that. But anyways, you can also get it Books A Million. But I like Amazon because they don't charge you till it ships. So you know what? If it's free, it's for me. That's what I say. So that being said, I hope that you guys will go, oh my God, thank you. Above the Clouds just said I'll order today. Denise Woods already pre-ordered. Thank you. I see that Donna already got her tickets online. That is the best gift ever. So I really hope these videos help you. I want to thank you for being here on my channel. I will see you guys Friday and Saturday in Las Vegas. And more importantly, I hope that you guys will share with me, you know, all of the ways that you've been sensing and feeling spirit as well. So I will see you all online, see you in person. And don't forget to order your book, We Never Die, Secrets of the Afterlife. I'll see you soon.